Now in this session we will know about the next concept of a template, that one is a class template, and with the help of the non-type parameter. In before in a class template or a template, we already know about the parameter type. That one is simply the different type of type, like we mentioned the template type with the class T or the type name T, right? But when we want to define the non-type parameter, means we define a normal variable with the data type. Now the class template and non-type parameters. A template non-type parameter is a special type of parameter. It's a special type of parameter that does not substitute for a type, right? This type, but is instead replaced by the value. So we can pass the value, or it may be mention the value for this type of a variable. That is the non-type parameter. A non-type parameter can be any of the following: value that has an integral type or enumeration, pointer or reference to the class object. Means when we define this as non-type parameter, then we passes the numerical value, enum, or it may be a pointer or reference to the object class, pointer or reference to the function, pointer or reference of a class member function. This one is we can mention with this non-type parameter. Now this is simple the example code which is explain the non-type parameter and the use of that. Now when means it's simply the define with the template, that is we can say that type parameter, and it's a non-type parameter. Now the class is the sequence, then we use the type parameter with the T and define one array, and the array size, that one is a non-type parameter, is n, right? Now the public with the two function with the set member and get member. Now the template with the type parameter and non-type parameter with the sequence as a member function or the member function of a sequence class, and the set member with the integer x and the t value. This is simply the process. Now when the main function creates the object of sequence class, it passes with the type parameter and the non-type parameter. This value is called as a non-type parameter value, which is sent by the in an integer form, or it may be the whatever they explain here. It should the option of these. Now the particular value which one is passes to, means for example sequence, it create the object of sequence as a my ints, and we passes this type parameter and non-type parameter to the particular function, or it may be a particular class. Then it's set with the value, that one is n is a 5 for this object. Then same thing with the another object with the my float. Then my ints dot set member, this object calls this function with the passing a value 0 and 100. Now the set function it calls, and it set the value, that one is it passes the 0, it catch the x is the particular 0 and the value is 100. Means the memory block of 0th position who one have a max size of a 5, which is defined by the non-type parameter, which the value of the 0th position is 100 now. Now again it my float dot set parameter, it sets the 3.14 with the third position of the memory block array of a size of a 5th. Then it prints a my int dot get member, it calls a get member function. It passes the value of a 0th position and it return the value of 0th position to here, and it prints a 100. and for here it prints a 3.14. This is simply the example. In this example, this one is important. If we set the or define the template as a type parameter and non-type parameter, here non-type parameter should be a number, right? If we change it, then it gives an error as a process. Now the particular, it prints simply the 100 and 3.14. as I say, that one is it passes the 100 with the 0th position and 3.14 on 16 on the 3rd position of array, and the array size is 5, which one is defined by the non-type parameter. Now save, it defines with the particular int x, right, and the x is considered as a 5. Now we just to pass the x here, it is not possible, right? It not takes a particular variable as a input to this. X cannot appear in the constant expression sequence x, my int. Template argument 2 is invalid sequence. This one is invalid, right? Now we just to remove this, save, it's again a 5, or it may be we define as a 2, and now we will check it the output of this. It prints again the value of that, right? Now if we change it as a 0, then what will be the process? Save, change, right? It prints a value of the particular process. Just change with this value as a 5 and it's a non-type value. Then when we print this value here, it prints a 5 for both. That one is for both object. Now we cannot pass with some variable to that. This is simply the 5, and when we change it with the variable, it gives an error. This is simply the, we can say that it's a non-type parameter as a int n, right? Now this one is a simple second example. This is another example of a non-type parameter. This int size is again the non-type parameter, and under the class template, and which one is again the helpful when we pass or when we create the object of my class. Int 10 is a non-type parameter, 15 is non-type parameter, and that one is actually the value of the size, which one is comes under the for loop, which is, this is again a constructor of the particular my class, and it calls a particular it prints all the value which one is passes with this, right? That one is simply the code which one is print directly the 0 to 9, and the addition adding of the some 0.33 into the given value, and it prints a value. And the particular array size, or it may be a for loop, which one is defined with the size. If we change this value with the variable, then it's again it gives the error, because of that one is not a proper way to set the value of the non-type parameter. This is simply the use of non-type parameter under the C++ with the class template. Thank you.